Okay, my name is Lee. I'm 36 this year and currently I'm staying in Kemuning Utama, Shah Alam. First, I was introduced by my friends when he rented out his property through, last time I think SPEEDHOME is called Speed Rent. This is the first time he rent out his property. I feel very lucky and excited when I got the email that I can collect the 100 referral fee. Yes, because they provide me a hassle-free actions which I do not need to care about to get the rental from the tenant if they delay it or anything. Yes, I will recommend it to my friends and family members.
Okay, I am Wilson 2, full name is Wilson 2, 53 years old. I stay in this Putra Heights, Subanjaya. Actually, first time I saw SPEEDHOME is in the highway. I saw that this signboard, but I do not know what it is. So just lately, this old tenant, they just select after the expiring of the tenancy. So I try to look for the agent. So I got look for one agent, but I give him chance to find the tenant, but it take long time, no response. So at the same time, I got one friend, they introduced me, they say, why not you can try the SPEEDHOME? So actually at that time, I didn't know what is SPEEDHOME. I just simply register one account and just put out the property. Even though that time, I also don't know what the SPEEDHOME service are. I just put out the property. But I think within few days, I saw got response, sometimes a message coming in, say got people is interested. So from there, I try to understand what is SPEEDHOME. So from there only I know, oh, SPEEDHOME is a platform to provide this kind of the service to find the tenant. I think SPEEDHOME is a very good this kind of the service provider lah. Similarly, like last time, for example, we go to purchase a thing, every time we go to the retail shop, and when have this platform can buy internet, a lot of things also become simple. So I think same thing with SPEEDHOME. Like traditionally, every time we want to rent the house is to the agent. So SPEEDHOME is similar like platform to provide this kind of service lah. So for me, I think SPEEDHOME is very good service provider lah. I think this is very good strategy lah, because for the tenant, when they see this is deposit free, so will attract them to have a look what is the unit is available. So of course this is the first step, because I also doing business. I know in marketing is very important. How you go and advertise information to attract people. So I think this is the first success of the SPEEDHOME. First, you can attract this potential tenant to look at the product. So for the landlord, of course, what is our benefit? I realize that if traditionally I pay 1 month's this commission to the agent. In the SPEEDHOME, indirectly, I also pay 1 month, of course, plus some service charge. Of course, the cost I paid out in the return, I got this insurance protection. I think a lot of people maybe not realize what this insurance are. They were thinking maybe a life insurance or what kind of accident insurance. Actually, it's not. This is a protection to sometimes like guarantee I can able to collect my rental. And also sometimes like guarantee if one day the tenant run away, so I can claim the insurance. I think this is very good to the landlord also lah. Yes, actually I had recommended one friend already. She also have put up this property already. Just lately, she told me she also got a potential tenant interested on her property already. Also, I think within 3 weeks time only, she get this potential tenant already. I think now in the process of signing e-agreement already. Can I give one more review comment? I think besides just the advantage I mentioned, introduce people also can earn this commission of 100, even though it's a token. But I think it's good also. And people, if they follow my instruction or they take my advice to do this service, this kind of service, they also get 100. I think this is extra income also lah, both for me and also for this landlord also. It's good.
Okay, so my name is Katrish and I am 25 years old and I am from Kajang. I was actually very surprised that it actually happened, that someone used my link. So yep, I was happy that I got 600 ringgit and yep, it's already given to me. So I am actually very happy. Yes, I am actually satisfied because zero deposit is actually going to help a lot of tenants, especially people like me, where I am very young and I want to rent a house. I'll try my best to rent a house without deposit because deposits are too much, and for a person like me, I just started working and it's going to be hard for me to actually fork out so much of money for deposit, but SPEEDHOME has helped me in, giving zero deposit, and yep, so I will surely choose SPEEDHOME over other rental platforms. Of course, I already have recommended SPEEDHOME to my friends and family, and yes, I will surely do because SPEEDHOME is a great platform which is going to be something huge in the future. Yeah.
My name is Kenneth. I'm age 29 and I currently reside in Petaling Jaya. I know about SPEEDHOME probably through an ad on the highway, and then I googled it and watched the video and got recommended by a friend to it because he works at SPEEDHOME. It felt really good because the referral program was easy to understand and it was incentivizing me to assist other landlords who are new to being their first time a landlord to use the platform for the functionalities it provides. Yes, very satisfied. Peace of mind every night, and the tenants were great to assess and also communicate before and throughout the process of finding a tenant. Yes, I totally would because the platform is very easy to use and the support given by the staff is also very friendly, and they are available almost 24/7, and they also are able to support you throughout the process of onboarding a tenant and also the after support.
Hi guys, good evening. If you guys can hear me, can you just please type 1? I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Those who are on Facebook, can you also type 1? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Yeah. Anyone that if you really can hear me clear and loud, yeah, Jen, please type 1. So good evening, guys. So before I start today event and I introduce Wai Kit. So I have I think Wai Kit, would you mind to just switch on your camera and then just say hi to everyone?
Hello.
Cool. So
Hello, good evening, everyone. Yeah, nice to see everyone again here. So,
okay, good, great. So Wai Kit is our SPEEDHOME old friend and also one of our strategic partners. Thank you, Wai Kit. And for those who probably you are the first time that who joins SPEEDHOME webinar, just let me to give you a brief about Wai Kit. Actually, Wai Kit is an engineer background. Now he's still practicing in the engineering industry. But in the meanwhile, he is a property investor and he owns how many properties already? 14 or 15?
14.
You see, I keep losing the numbers already because every year, right, he buy property just like us, like to buy something, a souvenir, but he have his own strategy. So that's why he can like keep on buying his properties. And today he's so generous and came to our platform, willing to come to our platform to share with us for free. Not only that, and personally, Wai Kit is sponsors so many books to SPEEDHOME so that like we can like just give back to you guys some reward for you guys just willing to share your times. But of course we just need to a bit efforts from you guys. Winning, if you don't mind, can you just share the Facebook link here, our Facebook live link? Can you just share it here? It's okay. I will share. So guys, so for those who are watching in our webinar room, so if you are in our webinar room, please help us share this link, the link that I just shared. Please share the link to your own Facebook page via this link. So you will stand a chance to win these 3 books, which is two is from Peter Yee, A Hierarchy of Money Skill, and the Property Investment Wisdom. And one of the bestseller in MPH, is the author is Mark Chua. So he's asking, who says you can't be rich working 9 to 5 job, 9 to 5 job, at the 9 to 5 job. Okay, who say you can't be rich working at the 9 to 5 job? All these 3 books is a very interesting and very useful and practical books. So guys, that you are in this webinar room, you already stand a special chance to win this book. So what you need to do is just copy the link and then share to your Facebook. Then you will stand a chance to win these 3 books. For those who watching us in the Facebook, no worry, you guys also stand a chance. So if you are watching on Facebook right now, what you need is just click the share button and you will stand a chance to win these 3 books also. So my friends that you are watching right now already on our Facebook already, you can just click on it and then you can stand it out. So for those who are already in this webinar room, yes guys, I just need you a little bit effort. You just copy paste the link and then post to your Facebook, and we will do a lucky draw by the list, and then you stand a chance to win. Yeah, awesome. So yeah, Wai Kit. So I will take like a normal our usual practicing. So I will take a couple of the airtime to introduce SPEEDHOME to SPEEDHOME landlords and non-SPEEDHOME landlords. For those who already joined our section for a couple of time, I will just say just bear with me for a couple of minutes. So yeah, I won't take more than 6 to 7 minutes. I will try to end it like during 7 minutes. So yeah, thank you so much everyone. Okay, right now I'm going to share with you, before Wai Kit share his sections, I will take some airtime to explain to you all what is SPEEDHOME. Okay, and don't forget, before I say, if you want to win these 3 books, okay, the property investment wisdom, hierarchy of money skill, and also this who say you can't be rich working at a 9 to 5 job, Mr. Mark Chua's books, you can just share the link and then you stand a chance to win. Cool. So yeah, I won't take too much of time. So it's just very simple. Some of you may know SPEEDHOME already and some of you may not. So for those who doesn't know SPEEDHOME at all, I just want to explain to you SPEEDHOME. Actually, we are very simple. We are the property rental platform. But what's the biggest difference? We don't charge you until we get you a tenant. If your house is within Klang Valley area, it's like the whole KL and certain area in Selangor, we will help you to show the house to the prospect. And when you upload your listings and put it up to SPEEDHOME, it's free of charge. And in the meanwhile, if we got this is a potential prospect, he view your house and he thinks that house is interesting. So what you need to do is just, we will help you to screen the tenant and do after the tenant screen, you pass our credit scoring, check everything. We'll help them to prepare a digital signing. We'll help you to prepare a digital signing, complete all the steps, buy you an insurance to protect your property, and help you to collect the rental for free. So this is the whole process of the SPEEDHOME. Tenant to find a house, landlord to find a tenant. This is SPEEDHOME. So we start our business during 2005. Now it's almost like 6 years already. So right now we have 550k app downloads, monthly traffic 150k, properties at all-time listing we have 100k and another 600k for the tenant enquiries. Basically, you search SPEEDHOME in the Google with all the mainstream media of Malaysia, you can find SPEEDHOME news. So basically, all the Malaysia mainstream media already cover our news. So we are not the kind of the very nowhere company just start 1 for 2 years. So alongside, right, when SPEEDHOME, right, we raise a couple of rounds, and then we always have very famous and good investors to invest, and they trust us and they put their hard-earned money on SPEEDHOME, and we will try not to fail them, and then we will work super hard to grow our company. So Joanne and Mr. Yeo Chin Chow is our faith founders. They are faith founders. Ex-group management. So they invest. They are our early investors. IJM invest through their subsidiary IJM RE, and we do couple of rounds of the crowdfunding, and we get some government grant also. So when we rebrand, some of you, when you know us, you probably, are you SpeedRent? Yes. But we rebranded during 2019. At that time, we invited the Housing and the Local Minister, Wabi Zuraida, Allianz CEO, IJM Deputy CEO, their former CEO, and also IJM CEO to join our ceremony, rebrand ceremony. So this is something that what is the so different. So we just let you to communicate direct with your tenant, direct communications. And the zero deposit actually is a weapon for the landlord. Perhaps later I will explain more. So yeah, and we will do the viewing arrangement for you and the free rental collections. Okay, cool. So maybe some of the landlord, they are a bit confused why I should go for the zero deposit. So there's this couple of things. Can you imagine that right now it's like the supply of the unit is getting more. Okay, there's this more supply in the market. So if that is, let's say you are renting with 1,000 ringgit, another guy also renting with 1,000 ringgit. If you want to rent it fast, the only choice is you go with the price war. Either you rent with 950, but with zero deposit, actually you can rent even higher. And anything happen, the insurance will cover your loss. Your property will always be the first choice, and we help you to rent faster. And actually the property insurance coverage is higher than your traditional deposit. So yeah, this is the tenant background check. If you need furthermore, I think I will round up very fast. We'll ask them the Malaysia IC, employment letter, bank 3-month bank statement, credit scoring to know is it they own the bank money or not. Are they the good payment master for their loan? And for foreigners, we will check their passport and their visa, their employment letter or university offer letter, student ID. And if they are stay in Malaysia more than a year, we will request to get their 3-month bank statement for local bank. Yeah. So come back to the last thing that is about our company I want to sell is it's just very simple. Actually, it's SPEEDHOME, right? Only we successfully get you a tenant, then we will provide you, we will ask you to buy the insurance. And then how much is the insurance charge? Actually, just 1 month equal to your rent. Okay, actually, it's just 1 month equal to your rent. Okay, so that is the extended and extended plus package. Our extended plus package, we have the very special coverage, which is we call on-time rental and overstay cash defender. So the on-time rental means that if the tenant didn't pay on time, we will pay you the money upfront. And even better, if the tenants, right, they didn't pay and they overstay in your unit, we will pay the money. In the meanwhile, we will help you to apply the court order and we absorb the court order fee. So with this kind of the awesome high coverage, 360 coverage, how much we charge? Also 1.5 months only. So this is some things that we are so different, and then we dare to offer some things that the market service provider, they didn't. So the last thing that I want to share with you guys, there's 2 things. First one is our landlord community. So that is like our landlord communities. We built a landlord community, Association of Landlord Malaysia. It's only it's just built within a year. So right now we have about 5,200 members. There are so many different experts that join our group. They have property agent, lawyers, experienced landlord, yada yada. So this kind of the landlords, if you want to seek for the opinions or you want to get a discussion with the others landlord, this is the community that you shouldn't miss. So last things. So right now, SPEEDHOME, we also have a Telegram channel. So if you don't want to miss our activity, because every day, every month, we have at least 4 to 5 webinars sessions. So you don't want to miss our sessions. You just always want to grab like, wow, I don't know this month, next month, what SPEEDHOME, who is the speakers that SPEEDHOME will invite. So you should join this group to get more info. The last but not the least, so right now SPEEDHOME is doing a free insurance upgrade. If you are not joining the SPEEDHOME, you're not SPEEDHOME user yet, and then you don't know what SPEEDHOME, you just want to try it out. Now is the best timing that ever. We will help you once you fill out the form and upload your property within 7 days. We will free upgrade your insurance. Okay, you will get higher coverage. You will get an on-time rental services with this free insurance upgrade. Guys, friends who are on Facebook, friends who are on Instagram, friends who are on Twitter, YouTube, please, if you haven't joined SPEEDHOME before, you just came to SPEEDHOME website, or you just came to our Facebook, click on the link. Later, my colleague will share that. So you will get this free insurance upgrade. Last call. Okay, Facebook friends. You guys have stand an opportunity to win these 3 books. You guys stand with the opportunity to win these 3 books. What you need to do is just click the share button to help us to share it out. Okay, for friends in this webinar room, don't worry, we won't forget you. Okay, for friends who are in this webinar room, we won't forget you. What you need to do is actually you guys stand a better chance to win the books. So you guys just also help me share this link to the Facebook, and then we will do a lucky draw with the share. Okay. Okay, Wai Kit, I think pretty much I sell a lot of stuff. I also don't know how much info my audience that they will get. But anyway, thank you so much, Wai Kit, for joining today webinar. Before I pass the stage to Wai Kit, let me introduce Wai Kit again. So Wai Kit, actually, his engineer backgrounds, property investors. Okay, now he's still active in the property industry. Engineering industry, and he owned his 10 more than 10 property by like around 30, early of 30s. So, and also he also currently running a page, Property Lab. Okay, 9 to 5 in Chinese we say 打工仔买楼. So this Property Lab, he has also accumulated more than 10,000 followers. So this is he is very active on sharing his knowledge on investing, very practical. And then he used numbers, he used a fact to analyze, this is a worth investment property, is a worth investment opportunity or not. So I think this is something that I'm also very excited right now, Wai Kit. So yeah, pass the stage to you, Wai Kit.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you allow?
Yeah, can. Let me just switch off. Yeah, Wai Kit, you can just share the screen. Okay, I will stay a bit until everyone can say, yeah.
Okay. Okay, can anyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Like, for those that I think if you are used to see me, I think this is my third round of sharing in SPEEDHOME. Okay. So let me introduce myself. My name is Wai Kit. My full-time major is I'm an engineer, and of course, it's I have a very strong passion in property investment. So now I own 14 properties, and I like to provide coaching, and I like to educate my public and my friends in property investment. And one thing I always like to emphasize here is that I am not a guru, okay, and I also do not intend to be a guru. So in fact, actually, it's I'm just to be very transparent and honest. It's I joined the property agency as a part-time agent, and one of the reasons that why I want to be a part-time agent is I want to be the first batch that who know the property information, because it's I have a very strong passion in property investment. And one thing that we always like to seek for a good deal in the market. So that's why I think one of the time when I come back from a special assignment, when I came back from overseas, right, one of the agent, he came and talked to me because it's I want to rent a room, okay, I want to rent a place actually. When I talked to that agent, somehow that agent want to sell me something. He want to sell me a project. Then I convinced back him. I said that why this project cannot be buy, why this project is not a good property investment. Then in the end, that property agent is saying that, oh, Wai Kit, actually you have a very good knowledge. Why not you go and reach to the market and try to help the market to choose the right property investment to the market. So that's why I think I kickstart as this part-time role, and eventually I think I also like it because it's I can get the first-hand information compared to anybody. Okay, so that's where I start, and eventually I think when I start to have my own group of followers, I start to have my own group of customers and my clients. Now I start to have volume. When I have volume, then I can negotiate. We can talk about bulk purchase for property, and recently I'm also exploring bulk purchase for renovation for my client, because when I have volume, I want to make sure that it's win-win between myself and my clients. We want to make sure that we want to add value to each other. So that's why today when you have become my client on board, right, normally choosing the right property is only the first step. And of course I will share with you that normally how I choose the property. And of course, just like buying property is just like doing business. In Mandarin, we call it 创业难,守业更加难. It means that as an entrepreneur, when you start, it's very difficult to start the business, but it's even more difficult to sustain the business. So that's why when buying a property is also the same thing. Buying your first property is only the first step. But how to renovate, how to rent it, how to do all those tenant management, right? that is the second step. So that's why normally as my client, I will have this kind of like the landlord onboarding training. I will onboard my clients, right? How to plan for your room rental. For example, one of the strategy that normally I do is room rental. But how many, and I feel that like the information available in the market is very limited. So that's why normally I will teach my client how to do room rental, how to renovate, and eventually I will tell them, I will give them a checklist, because normally the property that I recommended, I also invested. So I will tell them that, okay, this is a checklist that I'm buying, my TV, my furniture, my mattress, all these things. I will give them a price list, and I will tell them that like, this is my number. If you can get a cheaper price, please welcome to let me know, because I'm sure that like now I have volume, right? I can negotiate a better price, not only for myself, but also for my clients. So this is normally like what I did. And if you are interested to understand more about myself, you can go to my my page. Okay, this is a Property Lab. Property Lab, currently I'm doing a e-learning academy. It's something that I'm working on. That's why I call Property Lab. So, and I also offering the one-to-one consultation service. So just now I talking about that, right? Buying the right property is the first step. So in my view, normally I will educate my clients, right? How can you analyze the properties? Okay, how to analyze the properties whenever you go and, let's say, an agent kind of offer something to you, right? How can you know that whether is this something right to invest or not? So that's why normally my first principle is cash flow. I need to make sure that the best case, of course, is that the rental will be higher than installment. Okay, but the more conservative case is that it must at least cover 80 to 90% of your installment. Why is that so? Okay, I want to ask the audience in the live now, or in this SPEEDHOME webinar now, right? In your opinion, how many years that we should hold a property? Can I get some of feedback in the Facebook Live and in this webinar? Like, do you think property investment is a long-term game or short-term game? Okay, if you think that it's a long-term game, can you give me a 1? Can you please give me a 1 in the chat box that like, at least I know? Okay, you see, in the market, normally there are two types of property. There are two types of investment. A lot of people, they either go to stock investment, and some people, they go for property investment. But both things also come with their own risk, right? When it comes to stock investment, if let's say like the price drop, okay, drop to a certain point that you feel that it's not comfortable, you can always cut loss, right? But for property, it is totally different story. When you bought a wrong property, do you think that you can easily cut loss or not? No way. So that's why I tend to be very conservative, in order for you to make sure that yourself, like even myself, right? In order to convince myself and make sure myself I can sleep in the night with the 14 properties, I need to make sure that my cash flow is very healthy, because I know that property investment is a long-term game. We want to make sure that like we want to hold for at least 5 to 10 years. So in order for me to survive in next 5 to 10 years, the first multiple rules is that like ultimate goal rules is that like you need to always study the number very well. Do your own homework, or go and ask the agent, right? When you buy this property, 2-bedroom unit, for example, right? For this 2-bedroom unit, okay, you go and know that this is your installment, and always go and do survey. What is the rental? And always assume that it's a conventional rental. Don't assume those like, for example, like Airbnb, things like that, because those things, right, to me is a bonus. Okay, we always assume at conventional rental first and see whether it makes sense. Then second thing is like we go and check the market value. The rule of thumb is that we always want to make sure that like we make money from day one when we sign the SPA, or even when we book the unit, right? So give you an example. If let's say right now here got 2 condo, let's say right at here, all right, I got 2 condo here. Existing on my right hand side, this one is an existing condo selling at 500 per square feet. If the next door of this condo, the old one is selling at 500 and the new one is selling at 300 per square feet, it means that like now you are buying the new one with a much more cheaper price, right? So then in this case, from day one, you already stand at advantage compared to any other owners. So that is where below market value is very important. We want to make sure that you make money from day one. But the most important thing is that like, how sure you are that even today you are buying a below, let's say like you go to the market, right? You find a property that, wow, you can get positive cash flow, and based on today number, right, it's even below market value. But how sure you are that like this price won't further drop, right? Today number looks good does not mean that tomorrow the number will be even look better. The number tomorrow, the number only will look better if you know that there is a better demand for this property. Price will only go up when there is a increase in the demand. We always go back to fundamental supply and demand. Okay, price will only go up when demand goes up. So how can I know that whether in future there is a demand or not? So that's why we call it like, you need to understand, is there a new demand growth? Is there a new demand in this area? And what could cause a new demand? It means that like, what are the things that we can be done that like you will attract a new population to move to this area? So that's why in my definition, it has to be like, maybe you have something new connectivity, like new LRT, MRT, new shopping mall, new highway, or new office. And today, in my presentation today, I'm going to focus on one of the very important future demand booster. We call it LRT or MRT. And that's why today you are here to hear me up to talk about MRT Line 3. Okay, so MRT Line 3, I think you heard about this news back in maybe like one month ago, right? I think you heard from a lot of the government is declaring that like, okay, they're going to proceed for MRT Line 3. And in this August, okay, they are going to even finalize the decision, right? Whether to go for, to finalize the whole thing. And I think I will expect more announcement to be coming up in this August for the MRT Line 3. So what is this MRT Line 3? Why I keep talking about why we should always invest in like LRT, MRT property. Okay, now let's look at the facts. Today, if you look at KLCC, right? KLCC in the past 20 years, the price has been gone up from 200 ringgit to 1,000 per square feet. Why is that so? Because this is the job creation area. This is the job opportunity. There is a strong demand, right? This is the capital, is the kind of the central, the golden triangle in the whole KL area. So when there's a high income job opportunity, definitely, right? People there, do you think that like people there who stay in KLCC, they can afford to stay in KLCC? Sorry, I rephrase my sentence again. Do you think that like people there who are working in KLCC, they can afford to stay in KLCC? Definitely no. They are selling at 1,000, 1,500 per square feet, and you can see the latest new launch, right? They are selling at 2,000 to 2,500 per square feet. It's simply too expensive. So that's why you can see that like places connecting to this KLCC, which is like by this LRT Kelana Jaya line, right? Because there is a new accommodation demand. That's why in the end you see that like prices in terms of rental and subsale goes up in the past 20 years, right? So this is the main reason here. Same thing, when KL Central is so expensive, that's why Bangsa boom up. When Bangsa is so expensive, that's why Bangsa South boom up. So, right, this is what we call kind of like the spillover effect. It means that like the people that like staying here, when here is too expensive to afford, people will tend to move. Okay, and when they try to move from this place, they need to find a place that like which is connected by high efficiency public transport, such as LRT or MRT. And in my view, MRT is even much more better compared to LRT. So, but the question is today, if you ask me, right, I would tend to more prefer to invest in MRT property. Why? Because, come back to my fundamental, like supply and demand. Do you think that like in this Kelana Jaya line, do you think that there is a new demand growth in this Kelana Jaya line? Do you think that there's a new KL Central? Do you think that there's a new KLCC? Do you think that there's new Bangsa South in this Kelana Jaya line? I think the chances is low, right? So that's why when you see the prices, right, the price has tend to kind of like, when we back to the fundamental, right, once the thing come to the very, when the price, we guys are in stock or what, right, it's back to the equilibrium of supply and demand. When the price already go up, it will tend to be flat because we call it the equilibrium already, right? So as an investor, right, we need to go and look for the next KLCC. That's why we need to look for where is the next game changer after KLCC. And why I look at MRT. Today, when you look at MRT Line 1 and Line 2, both are connected to Dun Rasa Exchange. Okay, so that's why, in my view, Dun Rasa Exchange is going to be one of the next most important game changer in Malaysia. Okay, and if you are looking here, the MRT Line 3, okay, they are going to interchange with MRT Line 1 and Line 2 and eventually come into this Dun Rasa Exchange, which is the future job population area. And if you are looking at MRT Line 1 and Line 2, you can see that today, Line 1 and Line 2 already connecting to existing job creation area. Looking at Line 1, Museum Negara, which is the KL Central, right? Bukit Bintang. These two are the existing job creation area. The future job creation area is going to be the TRX and Merdeka. This is where the PNB 118 is situated at. For Line 2, right, the existing job creation area is at KLCC, right? It's already very big enough. So that's why MRT Line 3 is going to be connect to this Line 1 and Line 2. And all these MRT line are even more efficient compared to LRT line, right? Every 3 to 5 minutes, you will see that the MRT typical is very punctual and it's very comfortable, right? So today, why I keep talking about TRX, like let's look back at the history, right? If I have a crystal ball, we always tend to see that like, we try to copycat, we try to see that like, look back at the history and get the lesson learned, right? We try to see that like, when we say that we want to look for the next KLCC, what are the elements that we need to look at? So today, if you look at the KLCC today, they have the landmark tower, they have the shopping mall, they have the park, they have the hotel, they have the office, right? And today, you look at Dun Rasa Exchange again. I'm not sure how many of you have a chance to pass through this area, but you have a chance to pass through this area, right? Today, you look at here. This is the landmark building, which is already completed, it's already VP. The next coming up is the Affin, not Affin, sorry, is the Affin, and the other one is the HSBC Bank. Okay, these are the new headquarters. Then the rest one, this is already, the potential is already here. But my question to you, actually, do you really know that what is going on at here, right? Maybe every time you pass by this area and you will feel that very weird, that how come, what happened to this place? Why you still see there's so many crane, right, in this place? Do you really know that like what is going on or not in this place? Okay, so let me give you some clues. Today, right, the TRX is the same thing. You look at the whole element, they've got the 5-star hotel, they've got the shopping mall, they've got the park, they've got the grade A offices. And when you look at the whole element again, with mall, with park, with office tower, do you think it's a high chance to be the next KLCC? Today, actually, as what I said, the Exchange 106 is already completed, right? You already start to see a lot of companies are moving in, but just that it's not that popular yet. Just imagine about the KLCC. If the 2 Jagong already completed, but the Surya Mall is not ready yet, do you think that like Petronas will move in back in 20 years ago? Definitely no, right? And KLCC, the 2 towers take 10 years time to fulfill the tenants for the whole tower. So definitely it takes times for the exchange to fill in. But my point here is that like, whatever that you see, actually, like if you look at the TRX, right, today they got 2 million square feet of the exchange mall. The shopping mall is 2 million square feet compared to Pavilion is only at 1.4 million square feet. And on top of it, there has a 10-acre elevated public park. So this is going to be exactly what you're going to see in next year. Okay, I heard that was supposed to be like, I think like end of this year, but I think it's going to be postponed again. So this is exactly what they are doing right now. All the construction are ongoing. They are simply building this 2 million square feet shopping mall, and on top of it, this 10-acre park is going to be very special. You're going to see theater, and it's not like typical those like public park. It's open for public, but I would say that this is kind of like a very high-end public park. Okay. This is exactly that you're going to see the shopping mall. Okay, they have a very open concept in the sense like all the sunlight can come in. The design is very modern, and you are going to expect that like, a lot of luxury brand is going to coming in, right? So this is some of the photos, the how the design looks like, right? And the shop, you can see that on top of the park, right? You can see this is the park that we are expected to see. Okay, and Look at here. Okay, this is the Apple store in Singapore. Okay, and this is the regional store in Singapore that built at the harbourfront. And we are going to see something similar in TRX Park. TRX, I think that they are still under discussion and negotiation. But my understanding, if you go by the news, you can see that TRX actually is in discussion with Apple to open a store in this park. Why the Apple would want to choose to open the store in the park but not in the shopping mall? Right? There must be a reason. So that's why this is how I see Dun Rasa Exchange. I feel that this Dun Rasa Exchange is going to be a very different, totally different game changer. So that's why I like to invest in MRT property. And for MRT property, in TRX itself, right, it's connected by two MRT line, MRT line 1 and line 2. And the other one that I mentioned here, right, this is another job creation area, PMB 118. Same concept, right? 6-star hotel, signature tower, landmark, all the office connected with MRT 1 station. So that's why today, if you are looking at this MRT line 1 and line 2, okay, the one the left hand side I show you, this is the top 6 highest tower in the whole world. And you can see that Malaysia is such a potato country that we are connected by MRT is connected to half of the highest, tallest tower in the world. How many job opportunities in this MRT line 1 and line 2? And if you are buying an MRT property, regardless line 1, line 2, and line 3, right? Because they are all interconnecting, right? Then in this case, you are connecting to this MRT, connected by MRT and connected to all this job population area. This is where your future demand of the tenant comes in. And your tenant is going to be something like those people that are working in KLCC, KL Central, Bangsa, Bangsa South. These are the high income job earners. And this is the normally my most top favorite tenants. Okay, that's why today MRT line 3 is coming in. Right, if you see the news, okay, MRT line 3 construction, right, in I think like 2 months ago, I think this is a screenshot, but in last month. In our 2021 budget, we already see the MRT line 3 is on board, okay, and I think like a lot of confirmation is saying that like they will be targeting 30 station, 10 interchange, and the construction work will start to resume in second half of 2021. Okay, so it's very excited to us, but I want to share more insight with you that like, is it mean that like any other properties in the market that connecting to MRT line 3 is a good deal is a good deal and we should invest? So that's why I think today I'm going to share with you. What is this MRT line 3? So if you're looking at this, the circle line, right? This is the Malaysia MRT line. This is Singapore MRT line. You can see that the orange color one, right? Kind of like not orange, I think it's like yellowish orange color. There is a circle line and they are connected to all the different color of MRT line. So the function of this MRT 3 actually is connecting to all the different LRT and MRT line and KTM in the market. So that's why in this speculative MRT 3 alignment, okay, you can see that the red color one, okay, the red color is the MRT 3 alignment. And you can see that the chocolate color one, right, this is the MRT 2. The green color one is MRT line 1. The light green, okay, is the monorail. The blue line is the Ampang and Street Battalion line, and this kind of like the purple color line, right? This one actually is the Kalanaja line. And you can see that MRT line 3 is connecting to almost all these different types of line. Okay, and that's why this whole MRT 3, I think you would take close to 10 years time to complete. I think they do have a few phases, okay? And it's going to be the most expensive MRT line because they try to connect to all the MRT, all the different like LRT line and the MRT line and the KTM and monorail. So now I want to ask a question, okay? I want to ask a question to everyone now in this live, okay? Just now I keep talking about job creation. Right? I keep talking about job creation. Why I love MRT line 1 and line 2? Because MRT line 1 and line 2 are connecting to Dun Rasa Exchange. The future job creation is like Dun Rasa Exchange PMB 118. Right? The current job creation area is like Bukit Bintang, KL Central, and KLCC. But let's look at MRT 3. Okay? I want you to take like even 10 seconds, a silent moment to look at this MRT map now. can you please share with me? Okay, I want you to comment in the chat box. Okay, can you please share with me where are the job creation area along this MRT3 alignment? Okay, can you guys I need you guys to think about it, look at it. Okay, so now I would go and come out from the presentation mode. Okay, I want to look at the feedback. Okay, so can everyone comment in the chat box, right? Can you please tell me? Okay, just now when you look at the MRT line 3, okay, sorry, I think I should come back to here again. Okay, I should come back to here again. Okay, look at here. Okay, I will take 10 seconds, right? 10 seconds, you guys comment there. Okay, look at here. Can you please let me know where are the current job creation area or the future job creation area? Okay, can you guys please comment? Okay,
Yes,
I will count.
I will help you. You just share the screen, but I will help you to read it out lah.
Okay,
so,
sure. Yep.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I think that someone is start typing. Yeah, Mr. Shafiq. Okay. You type OKR. Okay. OKR stand for Bandar Malaysia. That someone is typing Bandar Malaysia. Oh, Old Klang Road.
Okay. Now let me
Sorry.
see. All right, Bandar Malaysia.
Okay.
Old Klang
Matrix.
Road.
Yeah, Matrix and
Matrix.
Bandar Malaysia. MK stand for
Mon Kiara.
Oh, Mont Kiara. I thought it's Hong Kong, Mongkok.
Okay.
Okay, MK, Mont Kiara, Bandar Malaysia. Right? Don't let it stop. Mr. No, yeah, no name, yeah, Mr. Yeah, Mr. Yeah. Anyone say Miss Yeah?
Yeah, Matrix, Mon Kiara, Bandar Malaysia, Old Klang Road. Audience in the Facebook,
Yeah.
if anyone comment.
Now we have almost 90s audience who stay very long time with us on Facebook.
Okay, Mr.
So,
Wong,
Facebook
the
friends.
Facebook mentioned Old Klang
Yeah,
Road. Okay.
Facebook friends. But you also can mention about which one is the future's job opportunity. Oh, Mr. Brian Choi, he said Jalan Kuching. Melanie mentions his Matrix.
Jalan Kuching. Okay, let me highlight Jalan Kuching.
Cool. I think this quite a lot of the sufficient
Yeah.
feedback
Okay.
already.
So, but then if you ask me, right, today I think Old Klang Road. But I think I should try to rephrase it. When I say the job creation area, I'm more referring to those super mature job creation area like Bukit Bintang, KL Central, Bangsar South. Okay, so when I'm looking at this today MRT3, if I look at the today job opportunity creation area, I think we'll be more focusing on maybe the Mont Kiara side. Okay, if you happen to know that based on the speculation or whatever, right, I believe that the Mont Kiara MRT location is going to be at Jalan Kiara. Okay, means is that the main street, right, where you see all the shopping mall, like the 163 mall, that particular street. I think that is the place where the Mont Kiara will be, the MRT3 station will be located at. Okay, and perhaps the another one, maybe I would say maybe it's the university. Okay, it's something close to the Bangsar South. Not really the Bangsar South. It's not the Kerinci station. Okay, it's one station away. And if you are talking about the future job creation area, definitely Bandar Malaysia will be one of it. Matrix, which is the KL metropolis, and the other one would be Pandai Dalam. Okay, let me talk about all this thing again. So today, KL metropolis. Okay, KL metropolis. If you're looking at here, right, this is the whole master plan of KL metropolis, and the MRT station is going to be here. Okay, this I think the most likely based on the latest realignment. And if you look at Pantai Central Park, right, somewhere close to the Old Klang Road side, so this is the master plan of the Pantai Central Park by IJM. Okay, and I guess, right, I think because if you look at the news of MRT3, I think the government did mention that they are looking for collaboration between the private sector and the government. And Pandai Dalam actually is one of the station in the revised MRT3 alignment. So I speculate and I think that maybe Pandai Central Park will be one of the development that where the private developer is going to be collaborate with the government to build an MRT station here, because definitely that will bring up the value. Similarly here, right? If you happen to know that actually the previous station of the Matrix, right, if I'm not mistaken, is somewhere here. Okay, but now I think they realign, right, to much more closer to here, and Again, this is Wai Kit speculation. Okay, don't blame me if in the end it does not tajadi or it does not realize. I believe that this one might be related to the Hapsing land because this land is owned by Hapsing. Maybe there are some collaboration between NASA and Hapsing, so that's why the station now is much more closer to that place. Okay, so but one thing, all right, I want to highlight here is that like when you look at all this development, okay, personally I think that it will still take some time to be achieved. Okay, if you today look at KL Metropolis, right? KL Metropolis today here, I think this is the one that I mentioned, the Hapsing land is here, right? This is the Hapsing land. I think there are still some time to go, and similarly to the Pandai Dalam as well, right? So, and Bandar Malaysia, you also know about this thing, right? Bandar Malaysia, you also can know that like it's already terminated. Not I would say that maybe suspended, but I think Bandar Malaysia will come back. Okay, why I personally think that Bandar Malaysia will come back based on two reasons. The first thing is that like there must be a reason why the MRT3 the realignment stopped in Bandar Malaysia, right? There must be a reason. The government, when they do the planning, right, they will do a very proper planning. So I personally I think that Bandar Malaysia will still come back, but it's just a matter of time. And second thing is that like if you're looking at the from a politics standpoint, right, the Bandar Malaysia actually is a joint venture between the Malaysian company and the Chinese company. And I believe that Chinese company invests a lot of money in Malaysia, and now they are using also like a lot of like strategy like vaccine, things like that. So I still think that this Bandar Malaysia will come back, but it's just a matter of time. Okay, so that's why. And another thing is that like I also would think that like there might be a race, because if you see like look at this left hand side the map, okay, the original alignment, okay, back in few years back is the one that like with pink color, this one. Okay, can you see the pink color one? Okay, then in this year they do the realignment again. In my personal view, I think I cannot guarantee to my clients and my friends and my followers that like, do we think that maybe you have a third alignment, right? I think there's a possibility that this thing might happen. So that's why, in my personal view, if I want to invest in MRT3 property, I need to reduce the chances that like this MRT station 3 would be realigned, maybe in the end, tak jadi. So how to reduce the risk? How to reduce the risk that like this future possibility of realignment would not impact to me? How can we reduce the risk? I think this is what we should do as an investor, right? How can we reduce our risk? So that's why, in my view, okay, I would focus on those interchange station. Okay, that's why, because I feel that those MRT station, those interchange station, regardless, right? Regardless, is the LRT interchange with MRT3, MRT1 interchange with MRT3, MRT2 interchange with MRT3, or LRT interchange with MRT3. I think these are the places that like at least lower possibility, okay, lower possibility, because when they put the alignment, right, they need to make sure they connect to all the dot. And I feel that all these dot, right, the interchange, the place that with the interchange, right, I personally think that the chances that you will get realigned is low compared to those other things. Okay, so that's why my first tips that to my client and to my friends is that like if you really want to choose to invest in MRT3, try to choose the interchange station. And this interchange station, I will talk about it later on. And that's why I emphasize here again. Do you really think that MRT3 is going to be the same as MRT1 and 2? In my personal view, it's not. Because as what I said, line 1 connecting to KL Central, Bukit Bintang, Tun Rasang Exchange PNB 118. Line 2 connecting to TRX, KLCC, and Future Bandar Malaysia. And line 3, when you look at here, right, today, I didn't really see a very big job creation, at least from this map, right? So, and all the job creation is all depends on future opportunities. So that's why, in my personal view, right, MRT line 3 is not equivalent to MRT 1 and 2 in terms of the value. But, and yet we cannot ignore that. I didn't mean that, okay, we should not invest in MRT3 property. right? Okay, if you still can get a property that with a very good job creation area, if let's say like you look at that place, right, that place in future in front of your MRT3 station, there is a big and huge job creation area, and the market makes sense, the number makes sense, it's below market value, and you study all the rental, it makes sense. Go ahead, right? Especially those places like the one that I mentioned, KL Metropolis, the Pandai Dalam, right? All these places are the future job creation area. But I tend to be slightly even more conservative. I would take MRT3 as my bonus. Why is that so? Like, this is exactly one of the property that I recommend to my client. I always tell them that like we have to be conservative, right? Because it's like, as what I mentioned, buying property is not like buying a stock. When you invest in stock, right, you can cut loss at any time. But buying a property, you can't simply cut loss. So I tend to be even more conservative. So that's why my focus would be 1+1. Means that like one existing, I would buy a property that like with one existing LRT, MRT line plus the future MRT3 line. That's why I will focus at those interchange. Where is those interchange? Right? Sentul West, Bukit Kiara, Panda Malaysia, Taman Mida, Panda Indah, Setia Wangsa. I will focus on these few areas because I would just think that like in case if anything worst case scenario, MRT3 chop off or realign or postpone, at least I still have the existing public transport such as LRT, MRT, all these things to support the demand first. So that's why one of the property that I recommend to my clients is like normally we should at least to choose at least 2 lines if possible, right? If you want to buy an MRT property, right? Either MRT Line 1, MRT 2 or MRT 2 with MRT 3, right? So these are the properties that I would recommend to my client and to my friends and also to the audience area. Try to explore that like, is there any property options in the market that with at least 2 MRT line, 1+1. One is the existing one, and in future, right, try to explore in all these locations. Is there a possibility that like you are buying here, you know that this place in future got MRT3 and that will further boost up the demand and that's why the price will further go up. Okay, so that's why this would be my important message to all of you, right? If you have any question, I think I welcome you to jot down. Okay, you can put in your comment box, chat box in the Facebook or in the webinar, right? If you have any question. But if you ask me, okay, because I think MRT Line 3 is going to be a 10-year game plan, right? It's a 10-year game plan. And you know that it's going to be very long term, right? So maybe we never know, right? Maybe like MRT, they will just build this phase 1, for example. This is the phase 1. Then in the end, maybe government is like, tak cukup duit or what, then they postpone or somehow of realignment, right? Then maybe they realign straight away to come to here. You never know, right? So how can you reduce your risk? I think that's why my recommendation is like always go for 1+1. That would reduce your risk. And that's normally what I do for my client. It's like we study all the price, we study all the future demand and things like that, so that during my one-to-one consultation, right, normally these are the things that I would tell my client. Okay, right? That is why you need to go and reduce your risk. Okay, and I hope that this tonight my sharing going to help you. I think MRT property is going to boom in the next 5 to 10 years. And in order to make yourself to be even more competitive and with a lower risk in your investment goal, I suggest that like you should consider something that like with at least 2 MRT line, 1 existing and 1 potential the new MRT station, because it's like that is further to boost up the price, right? Normally we go in before it is built, right? We go low, we buy low and sell high. If you wait until the existing one plus the MRT3 is completed or the news is announced or whatever, right? Then the price already go up already, right? So we always buy low and sell high. So I think that's it for my presentation today. And if you are interested, okay, to have this one-to-one consultation call with me, okay, you can like Zoom, you can scan this QR code and have a one-to-one consultation with me. And or actually like later on, I also will go and put a link in the chat box. Okay, I'll put a link in the chat box that you can click the link and schedule a one-to-one consultation with me. Okay, so this is the things that I mentioned just now, right? Those that normally become my clients, normally I will tell them how we do the room rental, how we do the renovation. So that's why currently I'm doing the e-learning program. I'm recording the whole process, right, to teach them how to do renovation. This is in Mandarin, right? I tell them that how can we do the room rental, how we do the things. And these are the few positive comments, right, from my clients. Okay, they said that normally I think that they appreciate my professionalism, especially in the data analysis. Okay, so these are just a few testimonial from my clients. Okay, and do you know him? Okay, this is one actually, like, he is also one of my client. Okay, he's Lucas. He's also one of the very famous, knowledgeable YouTuber. Okay, and he is also one of my client. And now actually, I will play a short video to let you to see that actually how he comment about my one-to-one consultation. Okay, hold on. Yeah, sorry.
Wai Kit 的这个好处就是，它先让你知道你自己要什么，然后再给你一个 strategy，帮你去看市场上的物质。
Lucas，你作为 first home buyer，在你还没有遇到Wai Kit 跟他 one to one 之前，你有遇到什么样的问题吗？
一开始我想要买屋子，可是我觉得，市场上资讯很乱哦，很多啦。每天你只要刷了一个 property 的广告过后，就全部整个背书都是 property 的广告，然后而且那些人会一直挖陷你，所以我就很烦，太多了，你懂吗？然后每个人都有讲自己的地方，讲得很好，但是我觉得，最大的问题就是当每个人都讲自己好的时候，你就不知道怎么选，你没有一个很大的那种策略，你根本连自己要什么都不懂，所以我觉得。Wai Kit 的这个的好处就是，它先让你知道你自己要什么，然后再给你一个 strategy，帮你去看市场上的物质。
你有学到什么东西是让你去解决掉刚才你讲的那一些问题吗？
它有一个东西是我觉得 convince 到我的啦，就是那个绕着 LRT 或者是 MRT 的那个 strategy。就是他讲你买屋子一定要买在这些地方，哪怕你以后不租你的屋子，你搬走还是怎么样都好，你这个屋子还是能够租得出去，因为靠近 MRT 跟 LRT 就一定会有人租，就是我觉得是对的 strategy， 然后也看到了这些屋子围在这边过后起的价钱，对我来讲也可以接受啦，就
have some Chinese speakers here.
对我来讲。能够保障到自己。
A very quick briefing about what is this testimonial about. Yeah, just.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because that is someone's already give us the feedback. Yeah, so yeah, so yeah, so yeah, just a quick explanation, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that the testimony actually is in
Next
Mandarin.
time, please put. I will help you if you need. I'll help you to do an English subtitle also.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
Yeah, in short, okay, this is like some of the later. If you're interested for my one-to-one, okay, you can click the link. And today, sponsored by SPEEDHOME, I'm going to offer one free ebook for you. Okay, like what I mentioned just now, like I already I prepared this ebook compiled of all of the price lists, so that like you no need to go and study in the market one by one, right? Just like I mentioned, you always need to do like below market value. How to make sure that your property is below market value? Okay, so I'm going to prepare this free ebook for all of you. So maybe like Paul later on, you can give the instructions.
Yes.
How they could.
Let me drop the link here, and also tomorrow I will send no worry. The link is here. Actually, you guys can sign in, but if you don't manage to do this, never mind. Tomorrow we will send a replay video about this. Then you can join the link via this link again. So for the Facebook friends, if you want this link, PM SPEEDHOME. Then we will send you this ebook download link. Yeah, let us know. So guys, don't worry guys. Just now I promised there's these 3 books, right? Once you share the if you can just go to SPEEDHOME Facebook to share it out our link, you stand a chance to win 3 books, which is sponsored by Wai Kit. Wai Kit today not only explain to share the knowledge, but also to help us. He sponsored a couple of books. Mr. Peter Yee, Property Investment Wisdom. And also another book, Hierarchy of Money Skills. also written by Mr. Yi. And the last one, the authors is Mark Chua. I think he's kind of famous. He's a kind of famous guys in the properties industry.
Yeah.
And this is also one of the best-selling books in MPH also. Who says you can't be rich working a 9 to 5 job? I think this is also a very knowledgeable, very nice book to read. If you want to win this book, the friends that in this webinar room and also the friends that in the Facebook, you can just kindly help us to share the post. Then we will do a lucky draw, very transparent. We will record the lucky draw and then to let you know who is the winners. No worry. Okay, cool guys. So without further ado, now we opens for our Q&A sections. Yeah, Q&A sections, guys. If any questions, any things that you want to ask, I think there's already some friends that already start asking questions. So Wai Kit, let me I think they're already typing, and also my colleague also helping. So the first one is okay. The first question is Gil. Mr. Gil is asking if rental RM 700 a month. So yeah, Wai Kit, I think I will let you to show these slides for another 5 minutes. Then after 5 minutes, then we will jump to the Q&A sections of questions.
Oh, do you have the slide already? If you have the slide, then I will just stop sharing there.
Oh, can then never mind. I will do. Okay, thank you, Wai Kit.
Yep.
So cool. So right now, the Q&A sections. The first question is about SPEEDHOME. If there's a 700 a month, the insurance cover premium will be RM 700. Yes. So this is the basic package. If you choose to subscribe our extended and extended plus package, the charges will be different. So another one is Mr. Bunny, Doberman. MRT3, will it be an interchange? Sorry, I think I will play it full. Will it be an interchange station in Kerinci or university stations? Which station have higher chances to be the interchange station based on the geographical area and demand based on your opinion?
If you ask me, right, my bias, my little bit biased opinion is that I hope that it can be at Kerinci, because I feel that Kerinci is connecting to the Bangsa South, which is like, I think it's more makes sense to me, because it's like they are really, because you are buying MRT property, and if the government is like trying to spend their resources to build the MRT3, right, it's trying to connect to all the job creation area, the job opportunity, and I think Kerinci, which is the Bangsa South, makes more sense. But seems like based on the latest realignment, I think the station is at university.
I see.
Yeah.
So, but yes, the Pantai Dalam, the new station, what they call that, the IJM Central, they will have a new central, Pantai Central, sorry, the new Pantai Central.
Yeah.
Pantai Central. So that's probably the IJM also like consider to move their office to there sometimes also. Rumors, right?
Yeah.
Rumors. Yeah, but this is like just.
I thought IJM is your investor, You go and ask him.
Right? Never. Don't say that. Okay. Disclaimer. I don't know. Okay. Disclaimer. Strong disclaimer.
Okay,
I don't know. Even really don't know. Okay. Then I don't want their corporate come later call me. Oh, why you say this? Your webinar? Is it that? And then I can don't. It's a disclaimer. Strong disclaimer. Those who watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and this webinar room, I really don't know that it's like it will be set it at Pantai Central. No, but I agree with Wai Kit. Pantai Central, Bangsa South is a very good location, and if there is an MRT there, it's awesome. So continue, my friends. So guys, while we are sharing the answer, discussing the questions, right? You guys don't stop. Please type, or you can just share your opinion, and then we can read here. So another beach. Mrs. Sirena. Okay, for 80% of the rental, does this include the maintenance charges? For example, you need cover loan, but owner still need to pay 100 ringgit for the maintenance charges.
On high level, normally I base on gross first. Gross calculation first, then only.
Not include.
Means that like after you base on the gross calculation first, 80% at least like you cover the interest first. Then only we go into further detail, because not only maintenance, but actually like on an annual basis, like you have all the fire insurance, things like that. So you need to.
Correct.
And don't forget, you also need to maintain your unit. Right, there's a lot of things that you need to be done. So I suggest that you look at the gross number first, because you cannot analyze all the properties. Means that when you go to all the showroom, you cannot go list out all the number. Right, always calculate the
net numbers.
Yeah, calculate the gross.
It very depends.
Yeah.
Some people say they just rent it. Renovate. They have some good taste on the renovations or something, or anything. That means that a lot of the others are small little investments. So it's very hard to be super accurate on the net, the net return. So basically, Wai Kit just go for the gross. Okay, continue. How do you know Mont Kiara and the Oakland Road will be in the property business?
How do you not know?
No. Means that Mont Kiara area and the Oakland Road area, why you don't know this or area if you are in the property? They challenge you.
I don't get you. Why you think that I don't know the number? Leh? I'm not sure like which part of my presentation let you think that like I don't know about the Mont Kiara and Oakland Road.
Yeah. Just like it's not the kind of the area that Wai Kit really interested. And but you're asking the average rental or something, right? I think he have the knowledge there lah. Just not
Mont Kiara is the expatriate area, and Oakland Road is one of the most famous. If you look at iProperty, if you look at the big data analytics, right, Oakland Road is one of the most famous Chinese favorite area.
I see. Chinese?
No.
Local Chinese.
Local Chinese.
Okay.
Local Chinese. And something would be very interested in Oakland Road is that like if you go and explore, right, if you look at the Ho Ching Sun MRT3 map, that mapping, right, if you have a chance to look at it, right, try to zoom in and figure out the Oakland Road speculated MRT station, you will be very surprised. Okay. Again, it's based on speculation, but when I look at the location, I also feel that why they want to choose here? I also feel very weird. Okay, but anyway, let's wait for another 2 more months. Okay, let's wait for another 2 more months. Yeah.
Mr. Kok Kian Heng, it's not 700, it's 700 plus stamp duty plus SSGST. If I'm not wrong, we don't have GST, we have 6%. So yeah, you are not wrong. Sorry, I just keep the 6% SST. So yeah, only 10 ringgit stamp duty. Stamp duty only 10 ringgit for the insurance stamp duty, only 10 ringgit. And the 6% on if your rent is 700, then it's a 6% of the 700 plus a 10 ringgit. Yep, sorry, just like a bit that I explained so many times already, a bit slip. Sorry. So Mr. MG, which better, getting a property near PMB 118 or TRX, or as both have 2 million square feet shopping space?
Which better, getting a property near PMB or TRX as both have 2 million square feet shopping space? I don't think that you should make your judgment based on shopping mall. I think I will make my judgment and decision based on the number. If you are telling me that like the property in nearby the PMB 118 is like below market value and you can get a positive cash flow compared to the one that nearby TRX that is above market value and you cannot get a very healthy rental yield, definitely I will choose PMB 118, right? Because it all depends on the number. So I suggest MG that like you look at the number first. What is your market value compared to the surrounding? Look at the supply. Is there any future supply in that area? Then in that area, right? We all know that PMB 118 and TRX, right? Nearby the area is going to be boom in the next 10 years. So the next question I will ask myself is that like, in your personal view, who will work in PMB 118 and who will work in TRX? In my personal view, right? People that who are work in PMB 118 are mostly local because they are going to just shifting their HQ right from the one that in Jalan Tun Razak, that's somewhere nearby KLCC to the PMB 118. So it's mostly the local Malaysian, but they are still the high income earners. But for Tun Razak Exchange, in my personal view, I am slightly biased to TRX because it's like I feel that the job creation in that area is more towards to. At least, I mean, I would expect to see more expatriate compared to PMB 118.
Cool. Okay. So, Catherine, she's asking also asking very good questions. Siri Petaling list whole
168.
Bought at 168, expired to 2082. Rent at 1,000 for more than 5 years to the same tenant. Should I sell or hold in 5 year times?
I think now is not the best time to sell, Catherine, because now we are in the bottom of cycle. And since like you are getting, I think like your rental yield here is above 5% already. I think it's very healthy. So, and I would just suggest that like you just hold it first, right? Wait for another few more years time. Once the cycle, I mean, like we back to the back into the cycle with more demand coming in, I think you can get a better number. And if you really look for money, why not? You can refinance now. You can refinance first. Maybe later only you can sell it because it's like I believe that you can sell at a better price in future.
Oh, talking about refinance, actually, we have a very interesting topic, but I'm not sure Catherine is a Mandarin speaker or not. If you are a Mandarin speaker, right, you can just go to SpeedHOME YouTube, and we have a SpeedHOME education channel. That is, or you can just request. You can just PM via the SPEEDHOME Facebook. Later, I will share you the YouTube link about the refinancing that we have sections with Mr. Tony Yap, but it's in Mandarin. If you can listen to Mandarin, then probably I can share the YouTube link about refinancing. But I agree with Wai Kit, because right now it's in a very down deep cycle for the property market. The demand is low, but the supplies is keep on coming. So this is something is like not a very good. It's a buyer market lah. I think it's like if you just read any kind of the newspaper or property news.
Yep.
So cool, guys. Don't stop your questions. Right? We still have like another 20 minutes. So please just ask questions and don't be shy. I also cannot see your face. You just type it up and then share us the questions. So MG, I saw some of your property reviews video, good review. I compared to Sunway,
Bellevue and College.
Bellevue. Oh, the Istana there, right? Am I wrong?
Yes. Put in this way, I always mention in my Facebook Live or public event, if you want to I'm not going to comment anything in the public event like this, okay? If you want to know more, right, you can come and have a one-to-one and talk to me.
So conservative, Hey, I didn't know you are so conservative. I thought you can just
No. I don't want to.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sign up. Go for PM Wai Kit to set a section. Is it still free, your one-on-one?
Yeah,
Are you start charging already?
No, not yet. Yeah. Because
then you go PM Property Lab. You just search Property Lab. Buy bricks Property Lab. 9 to 5 Property Lab. You search this couple of keywords. You will get Wai Kit's Facebook page. You PM the page, the admin will reply you and set a sections with Wai Kit. Don't worry. So come.
And sorry, MG, but again, because it's like I'm not sure like whether the developer will be watching this live now. So normally I tend to be like more conservative lah.
Probably they don't watch now, but right now, right, on Facebook, there's like 40 to 50 shares already, and then somehow, somewhere, someone will see this video.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Kok Kian Heng, he's saying, out of curiosity, you say the investment in the property is long term, which I agree, but this means it will take a while to liquidate the property. How do you achieve 15 properties by 32 years old? 14,
not 15.
Sorry,
but,
14.
But then again, it's that like there are a lot of methods to accumulate property, and I started to bought my first property when I was during the second year when I joined the oil and gas company in the second year, right? I already start to bought my first property. And another thing I will need to highlight is that I consider myself lucky, okay, as a 打工仔, because I have a chance to go to overseas for a special assignment, okay. So that's why I think there was a time that like, I think my salary income actually is quite okay for me to speed up my whole process of investment.
So humble. It's not okay. It's very, 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 very okay. But it's okay. But it's also very hard work. I know Wai Kit is just like, because why he can just have this kind of the investment portfolio. He worked very super hard and he used the right strategy. And if you want to learn this kind of strategy, but some of the strategy may be not applicable on this moment.
Yeah.
But still, there's some way, like if you just really want to know about more practical way to plan your property investment plan, just PM him. PM him and go to his page, PM Wai Kit, and to get the consultations, one-on-one consultations.
Yeah, and okay, just to be very honest, sorry, Paul, I just want to again remind to everyone in this live now, okay. Previously, maybe there is a way that for you to speed up the whole property investment process, okay. That's called compressed loan or multiple location. And again, I need to remind to everyone again, this method does not work anymore. Okay, this method does not work anymore. So please try to avoid to use this method. Yeah.
Yep. Totally agree. So it's a very good advice. So next questions. For property near the 1+1 area, the project price are stupidly high. What would it be difficult for the rent to achieve 80% installment since the highest price equal to highest installment?
Mr. Kok, you come and talk to me in one-to-one. I show you that like where are the places that today is still very makes sense. My clients and not my clients, even myself. All right, I also bought a place that like with this 1+1 area, and the price that we are buying in is like close to 400,000 for 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom is 500,000. Actually, it's like 10% cheaper compared to the next door condo. Okay, so I think there are still maybe there are 10 projects in the market, only maybe one would fulfill that criteria. It's just that like you need to spend more time to do more research and more survey.
Yeah. Okay, another friends, Catherine Look, commercial title Soho Selangor area, 450 square feet. How much should I need to pay for quick and assessment?
I think this one there's a calculation. Commercial title Soho. Okay, let's think about myself. My Cyberjaya actually is a Soho as well, 450 square feet. Okay, maybe can I take this as a follow-up? I forgot how much is the quick assessment already. So if you want to know the number, join the SPEEDHOME Association of Landlord, okay, that particular group. I will post this question and answer this question in that group. Okay?
Guys, so let me share the group link here again.
Yeah.
So continue. Winnie, help me to share the group association group link here. Okay, continue. Next is Gil. I have potential buyer. Or this one is very hard. Buy his unit. Price is higher. Should he sell?
Don't wait, sell. If you can find, it means it's like now we are all even sometimes even includes myself. I didn't plan to sell, but I see a lot of my friends, they are suffering, they cannot exit. If you can find something that like, I mean, somehow there are buyer that like offer you a price before COVID-19 price. But I also would think one more thing. Do you think this normally I will ask myself, can I buy the same property with this same price tag in future or not? Because before COVID-19, right, I also think that the cycle, we are kind of like go towards of the bottom of cycle already. The market is not good even before early of 2020.
Yeah.
So do you think that like in your location, right, in the next 5 years, would the price would be even higher? So again, I'm more towards to like, if you really need the money, I would suggest you to go to refinance.
Very depends on your situations. Mr. Gil, if you are very cash rich, and then you also believe that this is in the next 5 to 10 years, the properties will still appreciate, the price of the property is still going up, then you can get more value. Then you should take this as a consideration. But normally it's just really come back to your personal situations, and we don't know. So if we simply like help you to advise that you buy or sell, I seems like also a bit not really responsible if we just quickly give. But still, just need to go back to the two questions that Wai Kit just now provide. Is it that is like this is the
ceiling price? Just like when we buy stock, right? For example, like one of the stock that I buy, MMC. Okay, I'm not promoting any stock. Like, my point here is that like when I see one of my portfolio, right, due to some lucky or whatever, right?
Good.
We already achieve 40 to 50% like margin already or gain already, right? So means that, like you just need to compare back. Like, do you think that there is still room to go or not? Yeah, I think that's where I'm coming from.
Do your research. Use number more than sentiment in any kind of the investment. You use number. You need to get a research. You can ask friends, or you can just get industry players, a licensed agent or something to get this kind of the consultations.
Yeah.
Use number to judge rather than just a sentiment.
Mr. Gil, I strongly recommend you to talk to the local area specialist. Let's say, for example, you are buying in somewhere in Setia Alam or Shah Alam, because you said the LRT3 is going to be ready, right? So I suggest you to talk to the Shah Alam sub-sale specialist. Now, don't talk to those agents who sell project. Talk to those people who are selling the sub-sale. They are focusing on sub-sale market. Okay. Then in this case, right, they will really tell you. They will tell you that like, whether it makes sense for you to exit at this price or not, because they know the market very well.
Yeah. That is a person named Jay. He asked the Bumi lot. Is it can buy the non-Bumi, buy the Bumi lot as soon as possible, and any kind of the loan and aid that they can get.
Sorry, Paul, is he asking non-Bumi how can buy property?
Non-Bumi can buy a
property,
non-Bumi can buy property as soon as possible. No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. And then if you want to get loan, as long as your DSR, any kind of the credit scoring, everything is good, then it's also not an issue lah. Then, but right now it's got probably he want to ask, is there any kind of benefit that the government offering right now?
SOC,
Ah,
the SOC extended ma. You
so
another
you will some tax incentive lah. Right now we got the normal tax incentive lah, like the stamp duty free and like what
and if you are first home buyer, sometimes you can
Yeah.
even get 100% loan, but need to check the interest. Yeah, so sometimes it's like when they offer, some bank they offer 100% loan for first home buyer, but try to be alert on the bank interest.
Cool. Okay, how to stand out rental for most MRT3 locations have very much mature and high density. High competition means everyone would probably low down their rent. You're asking a very good questions. Actually, this one I will take these questions. Wai Kit also using SPEEDHOME. You're asking like compare to the others platforms that or the person that helping find the rent. He used SPEEDHOME. How can he outstanding his property? Wai Kit, testimonial, please.
SPEEDHOME. So
SPEEDHOME what?
using the SPEEDHOME, like, well, let me share one of my track record with you, right? Cyberjaya, let's look at Cyberjaya. One of the places,
Wai Kit,
a lot of
Cyberjaya.
my Cyberjaya story, a lot of investors are suffering.
You just say like, no, you share screen, just share that.
Include myself, right? I'm also suffering because it's like the Cyberjaya actually is like it's one of my pain, okay, in my property investment journey. So Cyberjaya is flooding with all the properties with so many supply, and thank you to SPEEDHOME, I managed to get 24 inquiries in. I'm not sure. I remember. I'm not.
2 weeks.
I'm not sure 1 week or 2 weeks. In fact, it's
2 weeks.
2 weeks time. Okay, like I got so many inquiries. In the end, I'm able to choose the best tenant. Okay, so it's all depends. But of course, there are some strategy to post at SPEEDHOME, right? Take some nice photo, right? That is the first impression, right? Make your first impression and left means that you yourself as a landlord need to take the initiative to make sure that the photo that you're putting in is very nice. Then leverage the strength from the SPEEDHOME because they are offering the zero deposit platform. That's where I think a lot of the tenants they like this kind of feature. Yeah.
Thank you, boss. Thank you for a testimonial. It's really like that. It's very. I would say the market, right, is getting softer. Even though the rental market, and if you need to have some very special, stand out strategy, I think our zero deposit definitely is a weapon. So, Mr. Tarmadar, or house key. How do you see the house key project?
I think the house key package now they do have like a few scheme. I think that the latest scheme, right, is going to be different compared to the earlier house key scheme. So I suggest that like I think now they're no longer called as rent to own. So I'm not sure that like Thamendran Sukumaran, right? I'm not sure that like whether currently the house scheme package that you're looking at are the old package or the new package. Because as what I understood, the latest house scheme package is no longer called rent to own. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good. So I'm going to find out more. I'm interested with the things that you just shared right now. So Mr. J, now we can get cheap government house. If yes, we can apply for it.
This one,
I think he mentions like the Wilayah or the Selangor. Right now, I think
go to the website, lor.
Yeah, and the government also stopped a lot already about this kind of the Wilayah house. You just search Wilayah house Selangor, but I think recently I read the news. Government also stopped a lot of this kind of the affordability houses. But if you really want to buy cheap government house, actually it's not cheap. Also around 300k to 400k, this kind of a house. So so you just Google the government's housing department something. You can get this.
And one of my advice for my clients normally that they want to buy government house, right? I need to remind you again. You are not supposed to rent out your unit when you buy this kind of scheme. And when you cannot means that like when you are not supposed to rent out means that like you are not supposed to go and stamp your tenancy agreement. When you are not supposed to stamp your tenancy agreement, two impact. First impact is that like you cannot declare it as one of your rent income to recover your DSR for more loan application future. Second thing, you have nothing to protect you because you don't have a tenancy agreement. If the tenant run away, right, you go and launch a police report. The police will ask Do you have a tenancy agreement? You tak ada.
Mm.
Yeah. So
I see.
and the third thing is that like I feel that like affordable housing scheme, okay, is for those that are in P40. If let's say
Yep.
like you are, I mean, if you are not, I mean, let the affordable housing scheme to be given to those people that who really need it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So basically, it's like shouldn't be rent, and then if you want to buy this kind of the housing for investment, should not really recommend. So Catherine, if buy too many properties, how to deal with the lembaga or the IHDN? So need to declare all rental.
Yes. Go and refer to the previous. I think Sweet Home also conducted a few webinar before to talk about. I think in the past 2 months, right, it's a favorite month to talk about the income, the tax related item. Yes.
Yes.
You need to
Actually,
declare.
we have a sections about the tax. If you Catherine, if you need to get the tax stuff, the content, your PM Speak homepage. Later I will share the YouTube link to you. So next, MG, do you think now is the buyer market and the low property cycle or just sustaining high, not low?
I tend to be very conservative. Normally, I still think that like, of course, I think like there are some data showing that like the property cycle is coming up, but I also sometimes I tend to be very conservative. So that's why when I say that I want to buy a property with a future demand growth, right? I rather to buy something like TRX and PNB 118 because it's like these are the things that my eyes can witness. These are things that they already built up to 80%, 90%, and these are the things that funded by government. So I think that the probability it fail is low compared to other type of those kind of big master plan. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So sorry guys. Thank you for being so passionate and sharing us so many questions. Now we have left another 6 questions need to answer, and our time is less than 6 minutes. So okay, so thank you guys. So now I need to call a stop on the new questions already, or else we will talk until tomorrow morning. So let's finish this all questions. So yeah, Mr. Kong, and then he asked, just you mentioned you are able to find below market value one-on-one areas. What's the best way that you find below market value on the high demand area? Just not too many noises when searching and screening for the property. Thank you for keeping entertaining my queries.
Talk to me,
so polite. Yeah, Mr. Kong, so polite. Yeah.
Of course, I think that like that's why I mentioned, right? I think it's not that difficult because it's like if you look back at my earlier, I suggest that you look at interchange. You just need to point out, like, I think just now I only mentioned 5 or 6 places only. Those like we like Sentul Barat, Pandan Indah, Pandan Malaysia. What else? I think there are 2 more. I forgot already.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So you just look at these few places, right? Then use a Google Map. Okay, use a Google. Normally, what I do, use Google Map or Wikimedia. Open the link. See that there's any empty plot see there's any empty plot surrounding the MRT station. Then go and use the Google Street. Go and check whether today, because I think Google Street nowadays is quite updated. So you just use the Google Street. Go and check, is there any high-rise building or anything like under construction building? I think that's the easiest way. Then after that, you see it, then do some research, then you will know that what is the property name.
So first thing is like you shrink the area, just like the few interchange area that Wai Kit mentions, TRX, Bandar Malaysia, Sentul West.
Sentul West,
a few area, Pantai Dalam. Then you just view Google Street and then view that around, and then to find this kind of building, then this is a way that you already can check. Should be easier. So okay, housekeeping. Yeah, come back again. The housekeeping by Maybank, like the rent to own purpose. Do you think rent to own?
I think just now I already answered this question, right? Because I don't think that currently they call it rent to own anymore. So I think there's a different scheme anymore. So I think I try to avoid to confuse people because there are 2 types of version of the house key now.
I see. Okay, then we skip this question. Simple. So is it that it's more properties that we have that more tax we should pay?
Yes, depends on your renter, because it's like, bear in mind, again, I encourage you guys to study back the previous webinar in the SPEEDHOME, right? Just a high level. If you today receive 1,000 renter, and if your installment is 1,500, Actually, do you know that out of 1,005, right? How much actually is the interest? Actually, interest actually is part of the expenses. The tax that we declare actually is a net income, means that your gross rental income minus your interest of your installment minus all of the expenses. So sometimes, right, if you are buying a lot of properties and those are all serving the loan, actually the tax that you are paying actually is not that high.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also he is the whole income should be in a category on your personal tax, unless that you set up a company to run your property rental lah, or else it all should fall into the personal income tax declarations. So those who interest with the income tax sections, I also forgot the sections is English or Mandarin already, but yeah, I see what can I do. If I got the slide also, if can you just PM us and I share the slide. Okay. PM Speed Home, not PM Speed Home, then I will try to find something for you guys, no worry. Or if that is enough of query, then I set another tax sections again, who says that only the tax season that we can have a tax talk, right? A property tax talk. Perhaps I can invite the speakers come to again for us to have this kind of explanations again. Okay, come back. Yeah, the none. None, yeah. How do you check the median house price say in the area does not have the same type of the home you're buying? So if you're looking for a condo but around is landed or flats, the median data will be skewed and also of the lagging indicator not leading.
I would think that like you refer to the nearest area. Let's say for example, you are looking for, let's say like Kajang. If the Kajang place is like don't have the like, what you mean is like okay, all are landed, don't have the condo, right? Actually, you can move, maybe like you can just move in the nearest. What is the nearest area? Let's say for example Palakong or what. So it's like you always refer to the nearest place. And the another way actually I think it's quite standard to look at the as a whole area, like in the whole KL, what is the median price per square feet? In Selangor, what is the median price per square feet? Right. In those like high end area like Monkara, Bangsa, these are the places you know that okay easily more than 1,000 per square feet. Yeah. So for now, I think maybe the good way for you to check is that like maybe you can share with us that like where are the places that you mentioned, then maybe that we can advise you better, because else I think it's very broad. Yeah.
Okay. So another
last question.
Yeah, no lah. Still got one or two lah.
Oh,
okay, but you can answer it fastly. We can answer like more. Sorry, not fast lah, but it's very accurate. Okay, Mr. Darren, your anticipate of trade winds future development at the Belfield.
I don't know because the trade wind, right? It's the trade wind. The big boss is the another big boss level. I think the Sai Mokhtar. Yeah, Sai Mokhtar. Right, he's another big boss level. I feel that like his company is super rich. Okay,
yeah,
he's not like a typical developer. If you go and see a typical developer after they acquire the land, right, most likely in 1 or 2 years time they will go and develop the land. But for Sai Mokhtar, right, he bought this land. I think if you go and Google search about this name like Belfield Tradewind, right, you can see that back in 2016 or 2017 they already acquired this land already, but they do nothing until now. So what I speculate is that maybe they want to wait until PNB want it to be fully mature. And after that thing mature, right, then only his land got more value, then only he will launch the properties.
Yeah, one of his company investors, man. I thought you got insider tips.
No.
See, you know, I feel no, like kidding on it, joking. Okay, so it's like, I think it's like the Wai Kit that his share is very insightful, and then he know the type of the developers. Thank you, Wai Kit. Okay, next one. What would you recommend whether should buy for keep or flip? Oh.
Why can't buy to keep and flip? Why must be all? Okay, all of my portfolio normally I like to keep. Especially you buy now. If let's say the property you're buying is a freehold property, right, and the renter is really very good, normally I would tend to keep for at least 10 to 20 years. If I need the money, I will just refinance it. If I know that the cash flow is not healthy, but there is the capital gain, then only I will flip it.
I see. So you are the like really long-term investing type lah.
Yes, I in stock I go and buy the dividend stock.
So how come Wai Kit is not getting richer and richer? He's like almost is focused on long-term. And same thing, I think this is a very good key takeaway lah. It's like just like you buy property, you need to plan it out. Understand the area, understand your strategy, then you go buy. Then also in the meanwhile, know your developers, everything, and yeah, and then try to keep it long term. Okay, last questions, Wai Kit. Can I ask, if I'm not buying any property, can I still get some conversions consultation?
Okay, no problem. I think half
Yeah.
an hour we can talk anything. Especially if you are a property investor, welcome to talk to me. Right, I like to talk to property investor because sometimes, right, they give me a lot of insight. Right, because usually it's like some of them actually I used to talk to one uncle. Wow, this uncle actually he joined a lot of like property investor club. You know, then I talk 1 hour with him because it's like from that I know that, oh, okay, I know that what are the insights and how all these big tycoon. If you think that I'm good, actually I'm just a small potato compared to the big guru in the market. Yeah.
Cool. But it's like although you're very humble, you say that you are not a big guru, but overall, Wai Kit, I this is my 4th time or 5th time that I heard your speech, your webinars. It's like I think the ideas or the concept you try to share with the audience, right, is very kind of I would say very positive, very clear. It's not like the kind of like very upselling, and then they always lead you go to somewhere else. Yeah, so that kind of type of the investment value that you provide, I think this is something is very important. So this is the MGC upcoming potato.
I also have to address to Mr. Cheng comment. Yeah, I'm sorry that if let's say like my English actually is like very poor, like to the certain extent, you can't understand what I'm talking. I'm so sorry about that. I will humbly keep it as my self-improvement plan to improve myself.
Yeah. Should both of us, I think you said, because we are not the English mother tongue. Our mother tongue is not English. We also try our best to do what can we do. But I think the most important thing is we can communicate, and then we share the ideas, or we are doing engaging. But also we also learn from our audience. Not only like we are not the kind of guru that I will come to teach you this kind of thing. But in the meanwhile, like we are doing a sharing sections, and we have a very good engaging with our audience. I think this is something that's very important also. So Wai Kit, thank you for your time. And those who want to get the free ebook, right? Yeah, I was tomorrow. We will send the link. We'll send the link to all those who sign up the sessions in our register sections. We'll send the ebook and also the replay link for today's webinar. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys have really learned something. And those who are on Facebook, I saw Facebook still got 60 to 70 people stay on the Facebook, and the peak is almost 100. Thank you, Wai Kit. Thank you for today's sections. A lot of the engaging, that everything is very, what I say is a very, very high energy. Thank you so much, Wai Kit, and take care, and see you